Good evening. We present the news summary. The police have reported that Darren Rosalie, a 24-year-old man from Rochon, was found dead this afternoon in the Rochon River in the Montfleury district. His aunt had yesterday evening reported him missing since Saturday afternoon. An investigation to determine the circumstances of his death has been launched, while the police await the results of the autopsy. Police have raided a series of shops in Larry Bazaar in a crackdown on illegal alcohol sales. Today's bust netted dozens of cases of liquor in a coordinated operation involving 3 law enforcement branches, and they say there could be more to come.
A lightning operation planned and executed on the same day involving several arms of the law. Under the gaze of shoppers and shop workers, officers enforced warrants on 3 premises in Larry Bazaar. It followed tip-offs from the public that retailers were flouting the street's alcohol sale ban.
We're a bit disappointed that they are still having alcohol on site after we met with them and the police necessarily went there. But I believe that it proved us right that the members of the public were saying that there were alcohol and it was being sold.
10 officers were involved in today's operation. It comes around a year and a half after the regulations intended to clean up Larry Bazaar were signed into law, and more than 3 months after they were eventually enforced. Shopkeepers have been warned neither to sell nor store alcohol on their premises. None wanted to speak to SBC News. Shutting up shop after more than an hour of the police removing box after box of alcohol. They've taken wine, spirits and liqueurs, an operation involving 3 parts of the law enforcement services, the regular police, CID and the rapid response unit. Today's haul was taken to the central police station, where each and every bottle will now be individually logged and labelled before being used in evidence.
The next step is we gather more information. We try to get statements from the persons or people that reported to the police, and then to take the offenders before court.
The message is clear. The desire to drive drinking away from Larry Bazaar is no empty threat. More raids to crack down on alcohol licensing breaches are now being planned.
The Ministry of Health has reported 5 new COVID-related deaths since its last update on Friday. The people were aged between 71 and 94, and they all had underlying medical conditions. Up to now, 86 deaths linked to COVID-19 have been registered. The number of active cases is declining. There are 641 active cases, 579 on Maé, 54 on Praslin, and 8 on La Digue. People over 60 years, pregnant women and breastfeeding mothers can now take the Sinopharm vaccine. The Ministry of Health has indicated that new research has shown that the vaccine can be safely taken by these categories of people. However, pregnant women and breastfeeding mothers must first consult their doctors before taking the jab. The management of the Plaisance Primary School say they are enforcing strict precautionary measures now that the school has reopened. Meanwhile, the Montfleury Secondary School said they are going to be more strict with students who are not respecting the safety guidelines such as wearing of masks and physical distancing. In line with the measures, all teachers must produce a negative PCR test result to avoid the spreading of the virus. More than 1 billion rupees in the 6 billion rupees in form of treasury bills have been converted into treasury bonds. This comes after the government, in a bid to make its debt more sustainable, gave financial institutions, businesses and individuals that have short-term treasury bills the option to convert them into long-term treasury bonds. The chief debt analyst from the Ministry of Finance, Economic Planning and Trade, Dick Labonte, said the decision was taken in collaboration with the central bank.
Last week, the government of Seychelles, in collaboration with the central bank, undertook a liability management operation whereby government decided to convert a portion of our treasury bills, which matures within the 182 days and 365 days, into treasury bonds. participants had the options between a 3-year, 5-year, and 7-year bonds, where it was based on a competitive bidding for financial institutions and non-competitive biddings for individuals. So the liability management operation is part of our reform target under the IMF program we are undergoing to try and restore our debt back on a sustainable path as it was prior to the COVID-19 pandemic.
The fiber optic cable linking Seychelles and Tanzania will be shut down on Saturday, the 24th of July. The Seychelles cable system in charge of the project has said that this will allow the replacement of 2 of the cable's joints, which were causing rapid and substantial signal degradation. The joints are located at the beach manhole at Beauvallon in Seychelles and Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. The work is expected to be completed in 8 to 12 hours. Both replacements will take place at the same time. Air Seychelles will mark another historic milestone this August by flying for the first time to Kazakhstan. The initial phase is to introduce the national flag carrier and destination Seychelles to the people of Kazakhstan. After this, awareness and interest is built. A more long-term series of flights will commence in October for the winter months. The series of new charter flights is expected to bring over 500 visitors to the Seychelles, each spending 10 nights on a combination on Mai, Praslin, and La Digue. A 13-year-old boy of Japanese origin, Ru Itahashi, is teaching mathematics at the Beauvallon Secondary School. Issei, who has been teaching there since last month, says that his family came here for holidays, but he wanted to impart his knowledge and help the community. He says it has been an excellent experience for him.
So far here, my experience in teaching has been great. Most of the students are very nice and very fun to teach, individually as well as the whole class. We picked Seychelles just because we wanted to come here for vacation, and my mother knew there's very friendly people here, and so I asked that instead of such a little bit of a long vacation we were planning here, I would also come here for teaching to kind of spend more time instead of just going onto the beach. So I asked how I could be able to teach here as in mathematics.
This was the news summary. Thank you for your attention.